All right, so basically, DreamForge is one of those games where um, I will call it out for anyone who's sensitive to AI content. This is a game that surrounds AI. The idea here is that you explain the entire story that you're
Hey,
wanting to
Snike at the
play.
Llama! It is so good to see you again. I was just thinking about that awesome image you shared last time. What have you been up to lately? Tell me about your life, or maybe someone you know who would make a great character in a story. We can talk about anything.
It's really weird, Red. Not sure what's going on there. But yeah, essentially, you talk with the AI, which is him, the Forge, and you can either do some kind of like personal story or you could do a story of your own. Start explaining a character, the setting, everything. Uh, there's a whole community of games that everyone has made already. Everyone with access to this. This is the game that I made, The Vault of the Storm Dragon, and it has my actual avatar in there. And then this is everyone else's. These are all the different experiences. Like this one was played 56 times. There was another one that was like in the 70s or 80s last time I played this. Hmm, I don't see it anymore. All right, so basically, go back to the forge. We're gonna say this is a story about. All right, who's gonna be the character? Name and what is it? Should we just say Snick the llama, green llama, or something else? This game is called DreamForge. I mean, you basically give it life. You're essentially talking with an AI, and it generates this whole like gaming experience around how you explain everything. Okay. Snicket fetching items for Gildor to make drinks. Okay. This is a story about. Let's see. Snicket the llama, who is a green llama. He. Well, let's first start off here. Um, who is fetching items? I'm just going to do it this way. Was fetching items for Gildor to make drinks for everyone.
A green llama on a beverage quest? I love it. Gildor sounds like a demanding mixologist, though. Does he at least pay you in something better than grass? What kind of weird magical ingredients are you hunting down for these drinks?
Oh man, the way it was talking about Gildor, that's funny. And yeah, you could make a story about that too. Llama Drama King and his journey to find his long lost friend Gildor. Gildor, the drunken knight of Gildoria. He had a little too much of that skooma. Let's see. Items. Red. Give me one item. And Spice, give me another item. Sweet roll. Okay. And Richie, playing cards. Okay, this is going to be a weird drink. We're putting sweet rolls and playing cards in drinks. All right, playing cards. Thank you, Richie. Thank you for the 10 bits. All right, Richie, an item. An item we're looking for. Yep, it's too late, Spice. We're already putting playing cards. Cat toy. Oh man, what are these drinks? You guys are killing me. And I am going to say magical kiwi.
Magical kiwi and cat toys? Gildor is definitely making some questionable cocktails. I am here for it. Since you are the star of this Green Llama saga, why not share a photo of yourself? It would be amazing to see the face behind a legend. Feel free to upload one whenever you are ready.
Okay, so you don't have to upload an image of yourself. It could be a picture of like avatar. Um, I'm gonna click this, and let's find on my avatar. All right, we're gonna upload this one. Just her item and cars was the first thing you thought of. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting drink there. Oh, that's cool. Shall I ask what word that would be? Image selected. Please describe it in detail. Humanoid green llama with black rimmed glasses. Nice, Red. Very
They look
nice.
fantastic. Those glasses really tie the whole Green Llama look together. Since we are building this world, would you want to add a favorite fictional character or celebrity to the mix? Maybe someone who would fit in with Gildor's wild drink making? You could even share a picture of them if you have one. Who would you pick?
Hmm. Well, that's really cool, Red. Vice Man, the loyal sidekick. Loyal sidekick, loyal uh apprentice. He's a bit spicy.
Spice Man? A spicy apprentice sounds like a recipe for disaster in a kitchen. I love it. We have enough inspiration to build your game now, so you can hit the generate button whenever you are ready. Or, if you want to add more details to flesh out this chaotic world, keep them coming. What else should I know?
All right, let's add a couple more characters. How would we describe Richie? I'm just going to say he brings about the joy and laughter. Very attentive to his friend. Richard the Rich Kid of
Richie
Country
sounds like the
Club Boulevard.
perfect antidote to Gildor's questionable drink making and Spice Man's attitude.
Now, what
Every
about
group needs
Red?
someone to keep the vibes high. Does Richie have a favorite way to bring the laughter, or is he just naturally hilarious? We are ready to generate whenever you are, but I am loving these character additions.
There's also Red.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Nice, Richie.
whoa.
Thank you for the 10 bits. What do we say about Red? And you're right. We should add Dan too. Hey, Leslie, welcome in. No one has anything about Red. What would you say about yourself, Red? Hey, Adapaga. Did we lose Red? Is Red even still here? Well, let's say there's also Dan. He is trying to keep like King of the Hill, Hank Hill, like those names out of it. How would you describe Dan as Hank Hill without using the words Hank Hill? Here, propane salesman who despises charcoal, which is the key ingredient in his drink.
Dan sounds like a man of principle. A propane salesman drinking charcoal-infused cocktails? That is pure delicious irony. Gildor is going to have a riot on his hands if he keeps serving that. You are ready to generate whenever you want, but I am having way too much fun with this cast.
All right, you know what? We're gonna generate. We're good. All right. So here we go. We got characters: Snick the Llama, Gildor, Spiceman, Richie, and Dan. Objectives: fetching items for drinks, and a location. Don't have a location. Items for drinks. All right. So essentially, it's like you're writing your own story, like you're writing your own book. You have the whole setting, the items, the people, the relationships between the people, all of it. And instead of actually writing it yourself, you're giving the ideas over to AI, and then AI basically pieces everything together, generates that story, and on top of it, allows you to interact with that story.
Let's bring your cocktail gathering llama adventure to life.
It does take a little bit. It says that it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes to generate the whole thing. Hmm. I should have said that Gildor is more of a blue cat. See if it's too late or not. Blue humanoid cat character. I think it's too late.
I shall weave Gildor anew as a
Oh,
blue
oh, there we go.
humanoid cat, perfectly suited for our magical tavern.
I don't think I can upload anything anymore. I missed my opportunity. I thought about it too late.
The magical kiwi now pulses with a soft, rhythmic glow upon the mahogany bar, casting long, dancing shadows across the tavern's cluttered floor.
It's even generating its own assets. I think that's pretty cool. Generates its own
The
assets,
tavern
the
hums with a
characters.
volatile, neon violet energy, and somewhere amidst the clutter, the ingredients for a world altering cocktail await your discovery.
Hmm. That's one way to put it.
Oh, Sneaker the llama is on a wild quest. Through the tavern he
Oh, that's
wanders
perfect.
without any rest. For Gilder is waiting with kettle in hand for the strangest ingredients in all of the land. With Spissman sneezing and Richie in glee, the drink of the century soon we shall see. So watch for the sparks and the magical glow before the whole tavern is ready to blow.
I don't know about you, but I think that captured it really well. I want to hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Oh, Sneaker the llama is on a wild quest. Through the tavern he wanders without any rest. For Gilder is waiting with kettle in hand for the strangest ingredients in all of the land. With Spissman sneezing and Richie in glee, the drink of the century soon we shall see. So watch for the sparks and the magical glow before the whole tavern is ready to blow.
Oh, that is perfect. Nice. And you were ready with that clip.
Sniket, the green llama nudges open the tavern door to find Gildor's copper kettle vibrating with a suspicious neon violet hum, while the air thickens with a distinct, mounting tension of a chemical disaster waiting to happen.
It is exactly the sort of Tuesday that makes one wish one had been born as a decorative rug instead of an errand-running llama.
Man,
There you are, my fuzzy associate. The alchemy of the evening is teetering
this is
on a
too good.
precipice, and I require your fleet-footed assistance at once.
Which character is this one?
Oh, hello, Sniket. You've arrived just in time to see if I can stack these coasters all the way to the ceiling.
That must be Richie. I think that's Richie. Yep. This is Spice Man. Okay, so here's the magical kiwi. Let's pick that up.
Well, this is certainly glowing brighter than my future in this establishment.
God. Like glowing brighter than my future in this establishment. Man, the roast in this, that is crazy. Oh, hey, Spice Man, I think that's the playing card right there.
Boom! Roasted!
Thank you, Richie. Thank you, Richie, for the 10 bits. That looks like it would be a playing card right
Well,
there.
that's not exactly spare change, is it? Looks like I found something rather interesting tucked away in here.
Oh. A key. Hey, look, a cat toy. It's a decoration. Search the fireplace.
Sniket rummages through the soot-stained hearth, his fingers closing around a burlap bag. Upon inspection, the charcoal inside is crumbling and uneven.
Oh yeah, that's the
refined
charcoal.
fuel a master mixologist should be using. It's a wonder the tavern hasn't already been reduced
If only
to a
Dan
pile of
knew.
very well-seasoned ash.
Well, this explains a great deal. This isn't fuel, it's a disaster waiting to happen in a burlap sack.
And whatever Gildor is digging around in that plant. I don't know what you're doing, Gildor. I really don't. I think secretly he's trying to kill us all. His weird concoctions. All the time, weird concoctions. You ever seen Cooking Simulator 2? The stuff that he had in that blender?
Ah, Sniket, my furry apprentice. The cocktail of destiny awaits your swift delivery of the necessary components.
See, I have the charcoal and magical kiwi. Looking for the rest.
I have the charcoal and magical kiwi. Looking for the rest.
Excellent, my green-furred courier. The kiwi is a start, but the charcoal... Ah, the charcoal is the very soul of the brew. It is the secret, smoky, world-altering ingredient that shall elevate this concoction from mere drink to liquid legend, despite what that propane-peddling bored den might mutter. Now, quickly, fetch the rest,
Oh,
for the kettle waits for
man.
no one.
I'm ready when you are.
Ready? Splendid. But we cannot proceed until I have the absolute finest, most soot-drenched charcoal from the fireplace. It is the secret, smoky, world-altering ingredient that shall elevate this concoction from mere drink to liquid legend, despite what that propane-peddling board Dan might mutter. Without that specific low-quality, delightfully gritty charcoal, the entire magnificent volatile brew will simply be ordinary. And I simply cannot abide ordinary.
The apprentice seems nervous about the ingredients he is responsible for.
Snike it! Did you bring the kiwis? I need them immediately for the experimental superheat infusion.
I have the kiwi and charcoal.
I have the kiwi and charcoal.
Kiwi and charcoal? Good, good. I'm just here trying to keep this kettle from turning us all into confetti. Oh, the sweet rolls? I hid them. They're up on the high shelf! I couldn't let the
there we
magical
go.
fumes ruin them. They're too precious. And if Gildor finds out I've been hoarding them, he'll turn me into a toadstool. Please, you have to keep them
That
safe.
crazy mad scientist. Turning people into toadstools. Okay, so I'm guessing it's in one of these shelves.
Another shelf, another collection of things that will almost certainly fall on my head if I breathe too loudly.
Clearly. Decoration. There is something else around here somewhere. Yeah, not real cat-like. I don't see any cat-like features. I mean, that looks like a playing card right there, but I guess there's nothing to it. Well, I guess that's how you sit on a couch. The glowing fruit on the bar seems to hum in rhythm with the kettle. But I thought that's what that was. Joyful one over by the sofa seems to be keeping a secret. All right, let's talk to Richie. See what Richie has to say.
Snike it. Just in time for a game. Forget the drinks for a moment. Let's play.
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. I knew you'd see the wisdom in a little distraction. I've tucked the cards away in that lovely old velvet sofa over there. It's the
There we
perfect
go.
place for a secret game, isn't it? Though, I must confess, I seem to have misplaced the key to the little compartment, so it's quite locked up tight for now. But don't you worry. The mystery just adds to the fun.
Found the key already.
I found the key already.
Oh, you clever llama. You found it. Yes, the cards are tucked away in the velvet sofa, just waiting for a game. It's locked up tight, of course, but now that you have the key, the fun can finally begin. I knew you were the right person to ask.
Okay, examine. I'm guessing.
I've seen better days, and I'm a llama who spends his time running errands in a magical tavern.
Use. There.
Oh, don't bother with that old thing just yet, Snike It. The key's a bit temperamental, and I'm sure that glowing fruit over by the bar is practically begging for your attention first.
Okay. fuse there. Gildor, you're in the way. Can't reach it. Okay. How about we go over here?
Not yet, you furry meddler. The kettle isn't ready for such a delicate infusion until we've properly accounted for the other components.
So what if I do this? What if I give him the ingredients?
Away with that glowing fruit, you meddlesome beast. For the brew demands a far more delicate touch. Perhaps you should study how its light dances near the kettle before you dare interrupt my masterpiece.
Jeez. Okay, what if I give him the charcoal first? He is
Not
angry.
now, Snikett. I am currently in the middle of a very delicate negotiation with the laws of thermodynamics, and they are being dreadfully stubborn. Keep that soot away from my robes.
Jeez. Okay, what if I do that? Can I do that?
No, no, no. That charcoal is far too coarse for this delicate alchemy. You'd best look at that glowing fruit on the bar if you want to keep the ceiling from becoming a permanent fixture of the sky.
I suppose this is where the magic happens. Or at least, where the mess originates. Well, that's curious.
Oh, I was supposed to do that first.
Has a calming effect on the kettle's temper. Perhaps it's not just a snack after all.
Okay. That makes sense. Time has come to choose between helping the madness or ending it. We're going to help it. We are going to help it. So, can I use the key on that now? What do you say, Richie?
Hold your horses, fuzzy friend. That
Nope,
sofa's
guess
lock is
not.
temperamental, and I reckon we've got a much bigger, bubbling catastrophe to settle before we start digging for cards.
Okay, so how about now? Giving him the charcoal. Or is he going to get mad again? Yell at me.
Snikett, I told you, that charcoal is for the fire, not for me. Do you want me to look like a chimney sweep before the grand unveiling? Put it down.
But it's supposed to go in the drink.
Not yet, you furry little distraction. The essence of the kiwi must first be harmonized with the structural integrity of the sweet rolls and the tactical placement of the cards before it can grace my masterpiece.
So, can I use that there? Still don't know where the sweet rolls are.
I suppose putting it back where it came from is the most sensible thing I've done all day.
So, where are the sweet rolls? What'd you do, Spice Man? Okay, make a decision. I guess that's what I have to do first.
Snikett takes a long, steadying breath. The weight
I had to
of
click on
the
myself
kettle's
first.
future pressing down on his furry shoulders. He looks from the bubbling temperamental kettle to the flickering, uncertain shadows of the room. knowing that whatever path he chooses, the outcome will be anything but ordinary. The path forward is now chosen.
Right then. No use standing about like a statue. Let's see if we can't make this day slightly less explosive, or at
A cheese wheel.
more interesting.
How will Sniked handle Gildor's brewing chaos? Gather ingredients to assist Gildor's experiment. Or remove charcoal to halt the dangerous brewing.
Yeah, that would have been interesting too, the cheese wheel. But like I said, I'm going to be the loyal assistant. I'll help.
I really, really hope this is the last ingredient.
More. Add more. We're on the precipice of absolute greatness.
Is it supposed to be glowing that particular shade of purple?
Yeah, it's made by AI. Basically, you explain the characters and the setting and what they're supposed to do, and the AI generates the whole thing. So AI
With the
made this
ingredient
whole
secured,
thing,
the alchemical
put everything together.
reaction intensifies. The tavern air grows thick with the scent of ozone and sweet, dangerous nectar.
You have the essence. Quick, pour it into the vat before the reaction stabilizes.
There we go. Joyful one might be convinced to part with a secret if approached correctly. The high wooden shelf might be hiding a tasty treat. Which shelf? Certainly not that one. Or that one. Or that one. I love how Richie's the joyful one. So I'm going to try this again.
You're welcome to try that key, friend. But I'm afraid the lock is quite stubborn until we've properly settled the stakes of our little card game. Or perhaps found something sweet to sweeten the mood.
All right, Spice, give me your sweet roll. It seems to be holding things up.
Achoo! No time for chatter, Sniked. The kettle is bubbling like a banshee, and those sweet rolls are just sitting up there on the shelf, completely uninfused.
Okay. I can't talk with him. But I don't see a shelf. Thank you for the hydrate. I mean, I see shelving units, but they only say examine decoration. How do we start this card game?
How do we start this card game?
Oh, the game. It's quite simple, really. You just need
Thank you
the
for the hydrate.
cards. I've been using this heavy table to keep my spirits up while I wait for the fun to start. As for the key to the sofa where the cards are kept, I believe I might have dropped it somewhere near the fireplace when I was last dancing about. It's a bit of a scavenger hunt, isn't it? Much more exciting than just handing it over.
Oh, I think I need to give him the key. Give Richie the rest of the key, maybe.
Oh, you silly llama. That's for the sofa, not for me. I'm afraid I'm out of luck, no matter how much you might want to open me up for a game.
But if I try to use the key on the sofa,
With a satisfying
Oh,
click,
there we go.
the rusted key turns in the lock. Snicket pulls open the hidden compartment to find the playing cards tucked inside. As he retrieves them, he notices they are strangely, unnervingly warm to the touch.
Well,
Nice spice.
Certainly not the temperature
Yep,
a deck of cards
you do.
should be. I hope these aren't about to do something dramatic.
There it is. There's the playing card.
I've heard of hot hands in a card game, but this is ridiculous.
Now for this high wooden shelf. And there's a wooden shelf there, a wooden shelf there, but it all says decoration. I don't. I mean, what if I just examine each decoration? Yeah, examine them anyway.
This piece of wood has been holding up the same layer of dust since the dawn of time, and it's doing a remarkably dedicated job of it.
All right. Well, examine that one now.
I've always maintained that if things were meant to be kept on high shelves, they wouldn't be so remarkably difficult to reach without a ladder and a complete lack of dignity.
Oh, the sweet rolls! They're still up there, aren't they? I do hope they're not getting too dizzy from the altitude.
Oh, well, maybe I found it then. But it still says examine.
I'm fairly certain this particular bit of carpentry is just here to mock my inability to grow wings. I've always felt that if something is worth keeping, it should not require a death-defying climb to retrieve it.
Achoo! No time for talk, Snicket! The shelf! The shelf is where the magic is hiding! Go! Go! Go!
Okay.
Out of my way, you woolly nuisance, for I am currently wrestling with the very fabric of flavor, and have no time for idle chatter until those sweet, sweet rolls are secured from their lofty perch.
Oh. Maybe. There's also a brass tap right there.
I've sat on many things in my time, but I'm fairly certain this one has been holding on to the secrets of every tavern patron since the dawn of the century.
Oh dear! The sweet rolls are still sitting up there on the high shelf, just waiting for someone brave enough to reach them.
Okay, so it's definitely something to do with the shelf, the stool. Really? Really, Spice?
I've always found that anything requiring a tap to dispense it is usually best left in the barrel, or perhaps in another dimension entirely.
Thank you. But it still says examine. Well, as soon as I examined the stool, you said something about the sweet rolls and the high shelf. And then as soon as the dialogue was over, you immediately sat down on top of the stool. It's like, I'm trying to do things with the stool. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm seeing only examine decoration and nothing that says like, hey, pick this up and move it there. And
Write a very long, very depressing book.
then if I go over here, I mean, it's only saying examine.
I've always maintained that if things were meant to be kept on high shelves, they wouldn't be so remarkably difficult to reach without a ladder and a complete lack of dignity. I've always found that if a piece of decor starts twitching at you, it's best to assume it's either hungry or just incredibly bored with your company.
Just examine everything at this
I've always
point.
maintained that a table is only as good as the amount of mystery liquid it can hold before it starts to protest.
The sweet rolls! They're on the wooden shelf! You just need to climb up and grab them before they lose their magical aroma.
Yeah, and I'm trying. I see examine. I see examine.
I've always felt that a table this sturdy is really just a polite way of saying it's seen far too many tavern brawls and not nearly enough actual dining.
I can examine myself.
I really should have taken that job as a librarian. At least the books don't try to explode on you.
Huh. I could talk to myself. Climb the shelf.
Climb the shelf? I suppose if I must. Though I really do hope the structural integrity of this place is better than its mixology standards.
Well, no one wants to talk with me.
Oh, hold your horses, my four-legged friend. I'd love a game, but I'm afraid the mood just isn't quite right until we've got those sweet rolls down from the high shelf.
See? No one wants to say anything.
I've always maintained that if a plant starts breathing, it's only a matter of time before it starts asking for a salary.
Snike it! Just walk up to the wooden shelf and use the retrieve action to get those sweet rolls down. Please, before they lose their scent.
Retrieve action. There was no retrieve action. Maybe I need to walk over there and click on myself. Nope. It seems like every couple of things that I examine, that's when Spice says something.
I've always found that if a piece of decor starts twitching at you, it's best to assume it's either hungry or just incredibly bored with your company. I've always found that if a piece of decor starts twitching at you, it's best to assume it's either hungry or just incredibly bored with your company. I suppose if one is going to have a fireplace in a place like this, it might as well be one that looks like it's plotting something.
Yeah, we need a walkthrough.
Snake it! Just walk up to the wooden shelf and use the retrieve action to get those sweet rolls down. Please, before they lose their scent.
Sniket carefully scales the wooden shelf, his hooves finding purchase on the dark oak. He reaches the top and retrieves the sweet rolls, which are indeed infused with a strange, magical aroma that seems to promise a much more stable brew.
Well, these certainly smell better than the rest of this room. Let's hope they do the trick.
It sounded like it worked, but I don't have the item.
I really need a vacation. Or at least a job that doesn't involve dodging magical explosions on a daily
I just kept
basis.
examining things, and I think it's one of those where it's like, all right, you know what? We're gonna throw you a bone here. Retrieve wheat roll from high shelf.
Reprove sweet rolls from high shelf. I've already done that, and frankly, my hooves are still protesting the indignity of the climb.
It doesn't look like I have the item though. I mean, the game thinks I do. So maybe that's what I was supposed to do, examine myself and then just like hype the
Away
climb.
with you, you furry distraction, for I am currently in the throes of a volatile, aromatic, and frankly magnificent alchemy symphony that requires far more than idle chatter. Go fetch me those sweet, sugary rolls from the high shelf before the very air turns to lead.
So part of the game thinks I did that, part of the game thinks I did not. Man. What if I do this?
I really do look like a llama who has seen far too much of this tavern for one lifetime.
Snake it. Just walk up to the wooden shelf and use the retrieve action to get those sweet rolls down. Please, before they lose their scent.
I have already retrieved them, you frantic little spice addict. They are right here in my possession. I don't have the sweet rolls. Well, that is peculiar. I could have sworn I had them, but perhaps I just imagined the whole climbing ordeal. I suppose I shall have to go back up there and check again.
What if I try to talk with Spice again? Dune reference? Yeah, maybe.
No time for talk, Snake it. No time! Unless you're here to help me reach those sweet rolls on the high shelf before the whole place goes boom-a-choo.
Boom-a-choo. Boom-a-choo. What?
I really do look like a llama who has seen far too much of this tavern for one lifetime.
Check for the sweet rolls again.
Check for the sweet rolls again. I assure you, they are right here, safe and sound, and I have absolutely no intention of climbing that shelf again today.
But I don't have them.
But I don't have them.
Well,
Well, if they aren't in my pockets and they aren't on the shelf, then I suppose they've simply decided to embark on their own magical adventure. I shall go look one more time, but I am doing so under extreme protest.
Snicket, with a heavy sigh, scales the wooden shelf for what feels like the 100th time today. He reaches the top, and this time, he finds the sweet rolls tucked away in a corner, firmly securing them in his possession.
There. They are in my possession. If they vanish again, I am officially retiring from the errand-running business.
Snake it! Just walk up to the wooden shelf and use the retrieve
Nope.
action to get those sweet rolls down. Please, before they lose their scent.
I have already retrieved them, you frantic little spice addict. They are right here in my possession.
Yeah, still not there. And that's unfortunate.
I've always found that if a lamp starts spiraling like a vine, it's only a matter of time before it starts demanding a trellis and a very specific type of fertilizer. I've always made
Snake it!
And then he goes
Please.
on that little tangent
Snicket
again.
scales the wooden shelf, his host
And
finding
again.
purchase on the dark oak. He reaches the top and retrieves the sweet rolls, which are indeed infused with a strange magical aroma that seems to promise a much more stable brew.
Well, these certainly smell better than the rest of this room. Let's hope they do the trick.
I mean, as far as the dialogue is concerned, it worked, but not getting the actual physical item down here. Oh well. I guess it's still a little rough around the edges, unfortunately. I guess provide some game feedback and say an 8, game had problems. To retrieve sweet rolls from high shelf. Okay. I'm gonna have to give up on this one. But still, if you guys do like this game, at least wishlist it. Look on that link there. They're still working on improving it. Bit of a roadblock there, but you know, it's something that could be fixed. Yeah, it really was. It was a lot of fun up to this point. But I think I've exhausted everything I could think of. I'm I forced it to say that it was climbing up the high shelf and grabbing it like a few times, and it said that it did, but yeah, just never actually getting the item. So I don't know what's going on there. And no one wants to talk with me. Nice, Richie. Thank you. Thank you for the 10 bits and the sticker.